What do you project in terms of the Bitcoin price that is needed? How much Bitcoin does someone need to have in order to feel like they can be financially free at maybe a younger age than 65 or 70?
Most people look at Bitcoin in retirement through that lens because that's all they've ever known.
Yeah.
So then the debate comes in the Bitcoin community is, well, how much Bitcoin do I need to retire then? Which is the wrong question. The primary method today is to save for retirement and then live off my savings. The wealthy play a different game. And the game of wealth is one where I earn fiat and I buy assets because assets are wealth. I don't sell assets for fiat currencies. The game is to get assets, always get assets. And what we do is we can leverage those assets. So rather than selling the asset and no longer having the asset that's compounding at 30 to 50% per year and then paying taxes on that, I can keep the asset but pull some of it off with debt.
Yeah.
So the real number is as long as the asset is appreciating faster than the rate of debt. So if I'm borrowing at 10% and the asset's going up at 20%, I could do that forever. Yeah. So the way that I've broken this down, I call it the 5-year retirement plan. I expect Bitcoin to hit $1 million by 2030. So that's about a 10x. But so if I had, let's say, $100,000 in Bitcoin. So let's say you're an average middle-aged, professional, and let's say that you've managed to save $200,000 or $300,000. You're going to sell 4% of those assets. You're going to be good for $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You're not going to live on that. But if I took, let's say I had $200,000 or $300,000, if I took 100 of that and put it into Bitcoin today, in 5 years from now, that could be 5 or 6 years from now, that could be $1 million. Now, at the rate of Bitcoin's compounding annual growth rate and harvesting with debt, I could safely pull off about 10 to 15% of that principal every year in debt. So I put 100,000 into Bitcoin today. In 5 or 6 years from now, that's $1 million. That's 5 years, 5-year retirement.
And that's what wealthy people do in a credit-based economy. They take on debt in an intelligent way, intelligent leverage, and they buy assets that outperform that debt, and that's how they've been doing it. And so many people don't get that education.
It's because it hasn't been available to average people like us.
That's true.
It's only been available to the ultra rich because typically you have your S&P 500 going up at 8% and your house is going up at 6%. So you need hundreds of millions of dollars of assets to be able to do this. But today, Bitcoin makes it available to everybody like us.
True.